Happy International Women's Day, everyone. It's 1 o'clock, which means it's time for Fun at 1 Monday. I hope your weekend was fantastical. Let me log into YouTube here so I can read your comments and see who's aboard this party train as we try to finish Wolf Among Us this week. I'm excited to solve this mystery and see what's going on. If you don't know what's going on in Wolf Among Us, I don't really remember. Ooh, yep, we are live. We got that 15-second delay going on. Ruben's with us. We're back, Ruben. That's right. Now, we were having that glitch where when we tried to go Wolf Among Us and get back to it, it was having issues. Let's see if we can get this baby to work. Now you should be hearing the music. Should sound good. It's got that jazzy coolness to it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, that kind of thing. And if I switch back and forth, it should pause the music. And if I come back to it, it should allow us. Let's cross our fingers. Let's hope it works. And we're good. Ha ha! All right. Last we left off in the adventures of Wolf Among Us, we were investigating the murders of headless women. What better way to celebrate Women's Day than try to find out who's murdering these women? And then we realized, I think it was Casey or Robin figured out that the murder victims all were previously wearing ribbons around their neck. So we may have like a green ribbon effect going on, that when the ribbons are removed, boop, their heads pop off. But why do they have these ribbons? Well, it prevents them from talking about their crooked man and the involvement with crooked man. But I think there's like a B plot line going on here with Snow White and being in on the whole glamour industry and keeping it expensive. That's right, it's all coming back to me now. Last time we left off, we were torn between going to the butcher shop or the pawn shop. And we went with the pawn shop. Casey's here. Hey, Casey. So glad you're joining us. Yes, let's do it. Oh, Ruben says your psychology video on Carl Jung was very interesting, and I'm not even a student. Why, thank you, Ruben. Thanks for watching and learning about Carl Jung. Carl Jung, interesting guy. He's like the king of the midlife crisis. Now, even though most people don't experience a midlife crisis, and that's kind of a myth that everyone experiences a midlife crisis, he's kind of the king of it because he had his neurotic episode in midlife, and he came up with this whole theory that your midlife and that crisis that happens is the most important time in your life. So very interesting. But let's continue the story here. We're at the Lucky Pawn. We buy gold and diamonds, says a neon sign. We open up the door.
No, it's not.
Jack's behind
Looks like you slept in it.
Counter.
In a pile of garbage.
Jack, why are you... I've seen you take a torn purse for a tenner.
Yeah, but I also got her phone number. I don't want your phone number.
He's talking to Toad.
Ugh, really?
Looks like Toad's trying to sell the donkey skin from our first murder victim, Faith. Remember, she had to wear the donkey skin so her father would stop hitting on her. And so Toad is now selling the murder victim's belongings because the murder victim was at his apartment complex, I believe, that Toad runs. So we can say, where's your glamour, Toad? This is official business. Just get out, Toad. What do we say? Where's your glamour, Toad? This is official business. Just get out or to remain silent. Casey says, whoa, maybe Toad did it. I don't know about that. That would be a classic twist because, yeah, no one's really suspecting Toad. He seems quite innocent in all of this. So that would be an interesting twist indeed. Do we yell at Toad for not having his glamour? Because remember, the rules are in this world, the Fable Town, that you're always supposed to have your glamour in public. But the glamour's expensive. Casey says, where's your glamour, Toad? Here we go.
Bigby's here.
Oh.
This is a surprise.
Why are you never glamored, Toad? Why is it so hard to just follow the rules? Look, I know some fables can switch from man to beast and back again, like changing shirts. But it's not so easy for the rest of us to look human, all right? And anyways, I'm getting the money right now.
I'm not taking the coat.
But it's magic.
So?
And it'd be covering a check I already wrote.
Okay, well, that sounds like...
Well, that sounds like a... All right, what do we say? Can you hurry up? Isn't that Faith's coat? Go before I take the coat. I believe we're going to say, isn't that Faith's coat? Because I want him to acknowledge that he's stealing dead people's property.
Your problem to me.
Yeah, it is. And so I came here to sell it off.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Faith's coat.
It was Faith's coat. Look, you left it in my place. What do you expect me to do?
Yes, I
We
think
left
the
it in his
off-cited
place?
statute of Finders Keepers clearly states that it's his now, Bigby.
So what's it gonna be?
I don't know what to tell you. See if Cindy needs a coat. I don't know.
This is to pay for those bloody glamours, you know. You and your blinking...
You and your blinking. He's mad because he's poor because of the glamour. And I'm totally with Toad. We're trying to get glamours affordable for everyone. In fact, your taxes should really pay for the glamour if it's a universal law that you always have to be glamored. Just to set the scene for you, Casey, in this pawn shop, there's a huge display case in an L-shaped form that wraps around the shop, also creating a countertop. Jack is behind the counter. There's a sign on the register desk that says no checks please, and all gun exchanges subject to background checks. There's a whole bunch of objects in the background. There's ships and bottles, and there's an old boombox. So it looks like a typical pawn shop with a whole bunch of used goods. Oh my goodness, Dee Dee's back. Hey, Professor Gerding, hope you're well. He says, hey, I'm doing well. Thank you. Happy International Women's Day. Ruben says, this is pretty funny scene I didn't get to see. Oh, because you went to the other place. That's right, you went to the butcher. Dee Dee says, I have some questions, so if you could tell me a good point to ask them, that would be great. Dee Dee, that's why we're here. Just ask your dang questions. You're wasting time by asking when you can ask questions instead of just asking the questions. So don't keep us on bated breath. Ask your questions. All right, so what do we say to Toad as he's frustrated? I don't set the glamour prices. This is your own fault. Or Snow might help you out. I believe we're going to say Snow might help you out because Snow will help him out. Because now, remember, we had Auntie Greenleaf we hired to get more affordable questions. Or more affordable
If the
glamour.
witches didn't charge so fucking much, I wouldn't have to be in here dealing with this nonsense.
You know, maybe Snow can help you out.
How could Snow help me out?
Give you an advance. A loan or something. She's kind of in charge of the business office now.
Well, the last guy who was in charge didn't help us much, so forgive me if I don't expect anything different now.
Last person in charge was Ichabod Crane.
So steamed about. Shouldn't be that big of a shock that I'm not gonna take an ass haircut.
No, I guess it shouldn't be, since this whole bleeding operation's just a setup for one of his shady fucking loans.
Boom! There it is.
On the own lays, okay, Og Frey.
I mean, what kind...
All right. Dee Dee's still waiting for those questions. Shoot them whenever you got them, and I will respond to them. So here, Toad is scratching the surface of why we're really here. We're trying to get to the Crooked Man, because he took Ichabod Crane, and his goons, the Tweedles, shot the heck out of us, and Bloody Mary, she shot us too. Her shot was actually the one that took us down. So we're looking for Bloody Mary, and we're also looking for the Crooked Man. So we say, you're talking about the Crooked Man, these loans aren't worth it, or the loans are why I'm here. Well, the loans are why I'm here is pretty direct answer right there. Any of those are good, because if we say you're talking about the Crooked Man, then we're acknowledging like, hey, we know about the Crooked Man. The loans aren't worth it is kind of like a non sequitur saying like, hey, Toad, the loans, you shouldn't be working with a Crooked Man. That shows a little bit of care for Toad, maybe, not sure. Or the loans are why I'm here. So Casey says, what about the loans? So I believe you're leaning towards the loans are why we are here. And that's what Jennifer says too. And Jennifer, so glad you joined us. Glad to have you. Happy Women's Day. Here we go. The loans are why we're here.
What kind of a game are you running here? You turn down people's stuff so you can peddle his shit?
Funny you should mention that, because it's exactly why I'm here.
You want a loan?
You want a loan? No? How does the loan work? Or yeah, I do. My vote is, how does the loan work? Because we want to, again, get as much information as possible. So if we say no, that may be shutting Jack down, letting him know we're here for official police business. Saying, yeah, I do, is kind of playing the fool and kind of fishing Jack to treat us like any other customer. But the neutral ground, how does the loan work, is neither one of those. So Ruben asks, why did I miss a scene that is so hilarious? All right, so let's say, yeah, or no, we'll say, how does the loan work? How does the loan work? That's what we're going to ask.
Didn't really think you the type.
Well, first, tell me, how does it work?
You know, I'm sorry, Bigby, but I really shouldn't be talking about this with you.
You know this is a fucking crooked man place, right?
Toad?
He uses fancy boys like Jack here to squelch the honest businessman. Force him to lay on credit into servitude.
High interest isn't servitude, and nobody's complained before.
Who'd listen? Well, I'll leave you to your business. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Toad takes
Good
the
luck
donkey
with
fur.
that glamour, Toad.
Fuck off.
Leave the coat.
How the hell do you expect me to get a glamour then? It's not like I've got a...
It's not like I got a lot of money. Do we give Toad money? Do we say, fine, take the coat and go? Or do we say, I told you to leave the coat? We're going to give Toad money. Yeah. We're going to give the Toad money. That's going to be great. So, I think we need to establish the law and order, and I think that's something that a good officer might do if you can spare the money for it. So let's see if we have the money to give Toad. Because we do, why not? Because we're not using the money for anything anyway.
lot of options.
If we have any.
Look, I'll give you some money, all right?
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, shit. I thought I still had,
Do you even know how much a glamour costs?
I've never had to buy one.
Keep your money, Sheriff. I've no patience for charity.
Well, I chose poorly. Apparently, Toad
If you're
didn't
gonna
like
be
that.
out like this, can't you at least wear a bigger hat?
You know, it's getting old to tell the difference.
Between what?
Between the business office and fables like a crooked man, who you purportedly seek to protect us from. Either way, I'm getting screwed.
Yeah.
Drop by anytime.
Yeah, he is getting screwed. He is getting screwed. Yeah. Ruben's right. Ruben says you would have needed to steal money from someplace in order to give it to him, but we didn't steal any money. We left all the money alone, going the good route. My bad. I guess if we had that money that we stole from Ichabod Crane's office, we could have given it to Toad. But, yeah, Toad doesn't look too happy. He's picking up the coat. He's leaving. Do we say, we're nothing like the crooked man? I'm sorry, all right? Or do we say, there's always the farm? Or do we just stay silent? My vote is silent. Because none of those other responses seem great. Saying, I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry, man. Don't blame me. Seems, I don't want to say weak, but at the same time, I don't think Toad wants our apologies because he can't buy glamour with our apologies. Saying there's always the farm as a threat. Meaning like, hey, if you don't glamour up, you go get sent to the farm, which is like the gulags, apparently. The farm's a horrible place that no one wants to go to. Or do we say we're nothing like the crooked man, and that's defensiveness? Ruben says there's always the farm. Ruben, you want me to threaten Toad? You want us to... He's already, like... that was the one I wanted to take off the list. It's a real character change. Someone else, do you think I should agree with Ruben? Because if you do, I'll totally do Ruben's choice. But I need to know community because I don't want to steer this story because we worked hard to try to get Toad's trust and to recover from really abusing him previously. Ruben says, I'm sorry about the previous comment. Anyone else want to back up Ruben, or should we just stay silent? What are we doing? All right, enough time's passed. Let's just stay silent. Let's do it. Casey says, I think we're nothing like the crooked man. Okay. All right. So we have like this three-way split here, but you know what? We'll split the difference between silence and there's always a farm and say we're nothing like the crooked man.
We're nothing like him.
really grows on you.
I don't think our choice made much of a difference there. Jack looks at us
Came
with
to
concern.
gloat? Since you had to go and tell on me, I got 8 weeks work detail from Snow. She has me fixing leaky pipes. Like I even know what a C-clamp is. And before you ask, I've never seen the Crooked Man in here. Neither hide nor hair and all that. In fact, as far as I can tell, he's never even actually stepped foot in here.
But Bloody Mary works for him. And the last time I saw her, she had the woodsman's axe.
So?
So the last time anybody else saw that axe, it was here.
Boom.
We'd never take something like that.
Jack is lying.
Is this really why you came down here?
Our options are, I'm the one asking the questions, Jack. It will lead to the Crooked Man, or that and Beauty's loan. So what do we say? I'm asking the questions. It will lead to the Crooked Man, that and Beauty's loan, or do we stay silent? My vote is maybe that and Beauty's loan, to see what he has to say about Beauty's loan. Ruben says, I'm asking the questions. Man, Ruben, you really want us to go down the dark path here. So, woo! It's interesting choice you were trying to steer us here, Ruben. Are you gonna always be saying like punch him too? I'm just wondering if that's your plan. Casey also loves the first option. I'm asking the questions. So let's do that. Jennifer says I'm asking the questions. So we're asking the questions here. Okay, we're going forceful.
Woodsman's axe?
Let's do it. I hear and obey.
I'll be asking the questions here, Jack.
Okay, fine. Fire away.
Jack will remember that. All right, here are our options. Do we ask him about the axe? Do we tell him to get the manager? Or do we ask about these loans? I think the loans are pretty self-explanatory. I don't know why we're asking about the loans. People come in, they get money, they pay it back with an insane interest rate, or the Crooked Man does crap to them. Yeah. So do we go with the axe? Do we ask for his manager? Which I don't think the manager's going to be there. So I think that's a dead end. Or do we ask about the loans? Which I think is also a dead end. Asking was the axe here? I don't know. Whoever gives me a first response, I'm going for it. Because all of these are all the same to me. I think they're all kind of dead enders. Not to the point where I think we made the wrong decision coming to the pawn shop. But what do we do? What do we do? Wouldn't it be funny to be silent now, says Ruben. Well, we could be silent. Sure, let's go for it. See what happens, Ruben.
Because I'm not a mind reader. And unless it's bar trivia, I don't think I can help much anyway.
We just look around.
You know, the circumference of a cube, that sort of thing.
We're looking around the shop.
Listen, I gotta start closing up shop, so,
Close? It's the middle of the day.
what can I say? Jersey likes to run at odd hours.
He lifts
And
up
really,
and...
he'd be the one to talk to, so can't you just swing by later? It really wouldn't be good for me.
He lift opened the... I don't know what the hell you call that, but basically the swinging door of the counter so he's about to exit. Do we tell him I'm going to look around? Do we tell him you're hiding something? Or do we say, tell me about Jersey? Jersey seems to be a non sequitur. It doesn't really apply to what we're doing here. So, Casey says, I was confused about what we were getting the loan for a second. We weren't actually getting a loan. We're investigating where people get their loans from the pawn shop. So we wanted to go get the Crooked Man at his main source of income, which was loan sharking. So it's not that we're trying to get a loan. We're trying to find out everything we can about the process of the loan so we can get to the Crooked Man. We got to stop the Crooked Man the best we can. Do we say, I'm going to look around, tell me about Jersey, or you're hiding something? My vote is, you're hiding something. Casey agrees with me. Let's do it. You're hiding something.
If he sees your face when he walks in. So what?
I still think you're hiding something, Jack. Maybe the axe is back here.
It's not.
It was bad enough in the woodsman's hands. And if it's not here, I need to track down that psycho who had it last.
It's not here.
You better hope not.
Can't you
Shut
just...
up, Jack. The Jersey Devil isn't here to answer my questions. It also means he isn't here to get in my way. So I'm gonna take a look around.
Ooh.
As long as I've got the elbow room.
All right. Don't let me get in your way.
Jack closes the gate behind us.
I won't.
The security window wall, I should say. So even if you break in the window, you can't break in. There's a whole bunch of objects in here as we look around. For instance, there's a statue we can look at of the Headless Horseman.
The Headless Horseman?
That was on Ichabod Cranes.
Isn't this Cranes?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
He stole it from Crane's apartment. Jeez, Louise, there's a dagger in the window, in the display case.
This
Royal
is
dagger.
Prince Lawrence's dagger.
And it's Prince Lawrence's
Who sold
dagger.
this?
I don't know. Look, are you almost done?
He's stealing stuff from murder victims or suicide victims, I should say. How can you not know who would have pawned this? It's sad to see it here. Which of those options do we do? And silence is always an option. So, how can you not know who would have pawned this? It's sad to see it here. I don't know which way I'm leaning towards. How could you have not known is the one I think I'm leaning towards here. Because it's sad to see it here. That's just a waste of time. Like, yeah, it's sad. But we need Jack. Our goal is to find evidence and get Jack talking. And I don't think that helps us get to our goal. Who would have pawned this? So, how can you not know is what Ruben says. Let's do it.
A dagger isn't exactly the axe, so,
How can you not know who pawned it?
I'm not here every day. And even when I am here, people sometimes dump boxes of shit. What does it matter? You don't know how hard most of us have it, do you?
We're getting the idea. We're getting the idea. I know what it's like. You're better off than you think. You try being sheriff or silence. All those are pretty defensive. I don't like those. I don't like this. Your old Professor Gerding. I wouldn't say any of those things in that situation. You don't know how hard it is for the rest of us. If it was me in that situation, I probably would just say, yeah, you might be right, but that doesn't change anything. I still need to get to the bottom of this so I can help everyone out the best I can. That's what I'm trying to do here, Jack. People are getting hurt, and we need to fix the situation instead of prolonging it. Do you want to keep on hurting people by working for the man who's keeping everyone down? Or do you want to help me? Help me help everyone else. Casey says silence. Okay. I'm not sure if Casey said silence to the last response or this one because we have that 15-second delay, but we're going with silence here. The power of silence. Now we're walking around again. It just closed it. We didn't get a response from him. We get to look at a trophy by the looks of it. Maybe a grail, some crystals, some jewelry. Nothing really stood out as far as fairy tales, except maybe that's like the holy grail we just looked at. Recent acquisition. This one is Cleaving Axe, previous owner the Woodsman, and sorcered by druids. And Jack's trying to...
You said you'd never take something like this.
says Jack, and he's looking worried. Did the Woodsman pawn it? When was Mary here? Or you lied to me? I'm down for when was Mary here versus you lied to me. Because did the Woodsman pawn it? I don't really care if the Woodsman pawned it as much as I want to find Mary and I want to find the crooked man. So what do we do? What do we do? Okay, Dee Dee's back. So I read the book and the slides, and I didn't see the answer for the following question. My other questions are mostly making sure that I understand everything correctly. You didn't ask me a question, though. You said I didn't see an answer for that one. Oh, here's the question. I'm sorry. Skipped it. The average amount of brain activity used with simple tasks. Is it a whole lot or a little brain activity? Didi, you can find that out simply by Googling it. The internet is your friend in a lot of the questions that I ask for the study guide. So, Didi, here's the thing. There is a myth out there that suggests that people only use about 10% of our brain. 10% of our brain? Shows like movies like Lucy or Limitless, these kind of shows have the idea that we only use 10% of our brain. But what would happen if we use all of our brain? Well, we know what would happen if we use all of our brain. Casey says she knows the answer. And that's one of the beautiful things about Fun and One here is because it's not just me, it's other people, and they can totally answer the questions. Yeah, it is a total myth. It's completely false. We use all of our brain, all the time throughout the day. So the smallest task, like lifting up your pinky, whoop, lights up your brain like a Christmas tree. So the answer is we use a whole lot of our brain all the time. All the time. Let me know if you have any other questions, Dee Dee. This is why we're doing this. This is why we're here. All right. So, let's see. Let's go with when was Mary. Now, let's go with you lied to me, just so we start spilling the beans as much as possible. You lied to me. You lied to me.
What? I don't,
You're a lying piece of shit, Jack.
Okay.
Oh, okay, come on, Bigby. That
The
wasn't...
axe was right here all along. Now tell me what happened to it.
I don't know anything about that. I don't, really. I mean, I don't work every day.
All right, here are our options. We can either punch him, we can say I want the truth, or do we say tell me or else? So we can just not threaten him and just say tell me the truth aggressively. We could say a threat, or we can actually start enacting that threat and punching him right here and now. Ruben says, I will not say punch him again. Dee Dee says, so wait, can we use Google for ones that are not clear? Yeah, Dee Dee, how can I stop you from using Google to answer any questions? Even during the test, I can't stop you. There's no way I would know that you're using Google or not looking it up on the internet. It's just a safe thing. I would say if you're having troubles finding any answers to questions in the books, in the PowerPoints, in your notes, whatever resources I provide you, the videos, then yeah, by all means, Google it and you'll probably find it. Casey says, I want the truth. Dee Dee says, silence. Well, we're going with
And
the
even when I do
nicest.
work, I just try to keep my head down.
I want
Just
the
tell
truth.
me the truth. What happened to the axe?
It was Mary. She took it, okay? That's all I know.
That's all you know? You don't know she almost fucking killed me with it last night?
It's true.
No.
It's true. It's true. Why did she want this axe? Where does she live? Did she tell you anything? Ooh, we're getting down to it here. I want to know where she lives so we can go get her and get her to answer some questions. Because this is a classic case of getting from point A to point B to point C until we can finally get to the finish line. It's Candyland, if you will. This linear path leading to the end of the game. So where does she live? Hopefully it will give us the next location where we'll visit Bloody Mary. Ruben says, did she tell you anything? Okay. And Jennifer says, where does she live? Man, both of you are giving different answers. And we're going to go with Jennifer on this one. And we're going to go with, where does she live? Because that's what I was voting for. Although Casey says, did she tell you anything? Oh my goodness, now we're totally split vote, right? Dee Dee asks, also in question 1, you say and or does this mean we only need one? Well, I don't know what question 1 was without a reference, Dee Dee. I'm not sure what question you're referring to, but this is the best way to understand study guides in my class. Imagine that this is a brick and mortar class where you have to come into school. And when it's test time, I pass out the test and you're not allowed anything except the test and your pencil and the study guide that you wrote your answers on. So imagine that you're allowed to bring in a cheat sheet. So when it comes to answering the study guide, put whatever you believe would be valuable to you on the test. So that's what's really important. You also ask if your answers are long, is that okay? Yeah, better to give me too much than not enough. Give me too much and not enough. I would say the only time it would hurt you to write too much would be if you're revealing how little you know. If you go like down some rabbit hole that's not the answer, but that shouldn't hurt you pretty much ever. As long as the right answer is there and is highlighted, then you're good as gold. Yeah, always err on telling me too much than too little. Okay. All right, so we're torn here. We're torn. We can go back to the die then if we want to. We're torn between, did she tell you anything? And where does she live? I'll use my 10-sided. We'll say, odd, did she tell you anything? And even, where does she live? Here we go. Rolling the die. 2, I rolled a 2, which was even. Where does she live? Here we go.
No, I had no goddamn idea. She sometimes comes in to pick up shit.
You know where she lives? Where she took it?
I don't know where that crazy chick lives. And I don't want to know.
Dang it.
Well, for your sake, you better think of something to tell me.
That's all I can tell you. I'm being straight here. I'm just part-time. I mean, it's Jersey who's the one who's into this stuff. He's one of the Crooked Man's boys, okay? And it'd be great if he was here to tell you all this, but he's not. So just...
Jersey, don't give me that shit. What the fuck is the point of having a system if you're just gonna...
That's my fucking system.
But you're the guy who makes sure
I'm
that...
the guy that keeps shit in order, and that's it, Woody. Who closed the fucking gate? Jack?
Jersey and Woodsman just entered
If you
into
love
the
your
shop.
ass so fucking much, why'd you pawn it in the first fucking place, huh?
I didn't pawn it, asshole. It was stolen from my apartment.
Jack's
And
stealing
Brent
shit.
said that he...
All right. Jack stole all of that stuff. All right. Dee Dee says, hey, thanks for your time, no problem. Dee Dee, thanks for stopping in and asking your questions. That's why you're here. Remember, even if you don't stop by the stream, you can always email me too, any questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. Ruben states that Jack keeps lying. Yeah, he's a liar, right? Our options are relax, Woody, the Jersey Devil, right? Or do we say, hi, you fellas. Hi, Mark. Before Dee Dee goes, oops, one thing though. By rebound, in the context of drug rebound, does this mean the post-factum effects of drugs? The rebound effect is this, and this is actually something that is hard to find. And this is something that's lacking. So I recently updated the PowerPoint, so if you check out the PowerPoints, you'll find the answer there. But here's the drug rebound effect in short. When someone takes drugs, the reason drugs work is because they're molecularly shaped similar to your own naturally made neurotransmitters. Now, your body does an amazing job of maintaining the appropriate levels of neurotransmitters. So here's your acetylcholine levels, here's your dopamine levels, here's your epinephrine levels, here's your endorphin levels. They're all monitored to make sure they're about at the right place. But when you take a drug, it throws that out of whack. Whoop! So if you take, let's suppose, cocaine, your body thinks you have way too much dopamine. So to rectify that, your body slows its natural production down of dopamine, boop, 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 trying to bring it back down to normal. The problem is the drug fizzles out much quicker than your body can react. So your body thinks, uh-oh, we have too much dopamine, we need to lower the dopamine, boop, 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 boop. But then the drug wears off, boop, doo, 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 and now you have a deficit of dopamine, and that's what causes side effects. That's also what causes physical dependence, because now your dopamine levels are so low, you feel like you need the drug to function normally. And the more you take of the drug, the greater that deficit is, and then you take more and more of the drug to get a similar effect. So the drug rebound effect is simply the body's way of trying to appropriately maintain its level of neurotransmitters by adjusting levels in response to the drugs. That's the drug rebound effect. All right. Let's say, hiya, fellas. Hiya, fellas. We're going with that.
He saw it here. Now tell me where it is right fucking now.
Hiya, fellas.
Christ. And this fucking guy, too?
Bigby? What
Is
are
his
you...
axe even here?
Nope, it isn't.
Just like I said, it's not here. Happy?
Let's tell Woody everything.
And you. I can't believe you'd even show your face in here. After what you did to our guy, Tweedledum? So tell me what you're here for, or get the fuck out.
Okay. Well, I don't like the jersey. Say, watch your attitude. You're talking to me now. I've got questions for you. So, do we threaten him? Do we get aggressive and angry? Do we play it cool and say, I've got questions for you? So watch your attitude is basically the threat where we puff up our chest. Or do you say, you're talking to me now, Jersey Devil? You're talking to me now. Which of those do we do? I'm leaning towards, you're talking to me now. Although I will say it's a little frustrating that there is a note of saying like, time out. Hey, Woody, yeah, they totally had your axe. There's still a sign for it in the display case over there. You can go check it out, Woody. Apparently, Bloody Mary tried to use your axe to kill me last night. FYI, Woody. It's a little frustrating that that's not an option. Like, tell Woody what the heck is going on. Casey says, watch your attitude. Casey wants to get aggressive with the Jersey Devil right away. Okay, Casey.
He wanted
go
to
your
know
route.
where...
Actually,
Anger.
you know what? I don't care what he wanted.
If I were you, I'd watch my tone about now.
The Jersey Devil
How's
smiles
your
at
mom?
us.
Bloody Mary leaves a bit of a stink, don't she? Jack, did you know that as of this very morning, Bigby's joined the Crooked Man's Obedience School for Wayward Fucking Creatures? He's already passed his first class. You see, the sheriff had who he stupidly thought was the murderer. Been chasing him for fucking days, right? But the Crooked Man snapped his bony finger.
In the background, Woody's looking around the shop, and Woody's seeing that there's a little placard for his axe right there. So the crap's probably going to hit the proverbial fan here in a second when Woody realizes the Jersey Devil's lying to him and that the axe was here. So let's, maybe we just let Woody do our muscle work for us this time. Hey, Darnell's here! Hey, Darnell! Ah!
And Bigby handed him over, just like that.
Jack feels uncomfortable. He's like, I'm not sure I should be here. Do we say, tell me what you know, Jersey Devil? Didn't happen like that? Or do we just say, F you, Jersey Devil? F you. What do we say? Tell me what you know? Didn't happen like that? Or F you? Or silence. What do we say? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I need your guidance. I'm leaning towards tell me what you know, just staying on point. Because didn't happen like that is the defensive way. Because we don't need to prove anything to any of these individuals in this room right now. If anybody, maybe the woodsman, like, hey, Woody, just so you know, we're on the same side here of being wronged. Let's have each other's back in this situation. So, what does he mean it didn't happen like that? Asked Casey Campbells. Well, Casey, when we say it didn't happen like that, we're refuting. Because remember, Jersey Devil just told us that we got our butt kicked and we handed over Ichabod Crane. And we basically just rehashed what happened last night from the perspective of someone who really doesn't like us. So when we say it didn't happen like that, we just say, nope, you've got the details wrong in the story. So Darnell says, tell me what you know.
Just gonna, let you two, you know.
Tell me everything you know right now about the murders and the Crooked Man.
Jack backs out of the door. Woody
Are
sees
you
the
kidding
placard.
me? It was here. It was right fucking here. What did you do with it?
How the fuck do I know?
Crap hitting the
Listen,
fan.
bald little dipshit. You're gonna... You
He punched
piece
Woody.
of shit.
All right. So these two are duking it out. Now we have to make a choice here. Restrain Jersey or restrain Woody? I think you know what my answer is going to be. Because Woody's starting to beat the crap out of Jersey. Silence isn't an option here, although it's giving us a time limit. I don't know what the time limit means. Maybe if we let it run out of time, we don't restrain either. But of course, if you don't know, my vote is we restrain Jersey and hold him like a punching bag so Woody can... It's not the right thing to do. I don't know. This is a tough situation. Dee Dee says Jersey. Darnell says Woody. Dee Dee says don't touch Woody. Interesting. So we got 2 votes for restraining Jersey. And Ruben says, I love Woody. Okay, all right. So it sounds like everyone but Darnell is saying restrain Jersey. Here we go.
I'm gonna rip your fucking lungs out.
So we come up.
Back it up, Jersey. You're dealing with me now.
That's
I
not
didn't
what we...
expect to see you upright. Still looking for whoever killed them hookers? Or are you done chasing your tail?
Where's my axe?
Where's my axe? I say we tell him. Back off, Jersey. Jersey, watch yourself. Punch Jersey or remain silent and maybe let Woody do his thing. So, what do we do? Back off, Jersey. Jersey, watch yourself or punch Jersey. It's like the same question it just asked us, basically. So, if there is one moment to punch someone, it's now. So, Ruben says punch him. Jennifer says let's punch him. Okay, we're going to punch Jersey. Here we go.
Who'd you give it to?
I love your
You
conflict
follow me
management
here all the
style,
way from
y'all.
Battery fucking Park?
He doesn't even flinch.
You talk big, but I don't think you got the stones to back it up.
He's in our face now. Oh, he just punched us in the ribs.
Sore, are we? Why should Mary get all the fun?
We're grabbing
You
our
ain't
ribs.
so tough. This ain't gonna go like it.
We twist his arm, put it behind his back. We smash his face into the display case.
Fucker!
We smash it again. Now he's got needles in his face.
This is my
Woody takes him.
fucking fight. Not now, dog. You got a lot of nerve.
He's transforming into the Jersey Devil. He's got a deer skull for a face, antlers. Pushes Woody out of the way. He's punching Woody on the ground. We go for it. We attack. We kick him off of Woody. He goes flying behind the counter. We got wolf eyes now. Our eyes are yellow.
Protected your friend. Too bad you couldn't protect those whores. Gore, try to stop me.
All right, here we go. He dives at us. We push him down. Woody gets to his feet. He sees his axe. We're about to close the gate on the Jersey Devil. We close the gate on the Jersey Devil. We do it again, twice. He catches it on his shoulders. He lifts it up. He's strong. We get out of the way. Oh, I missed. We duck. We punch him across the face. We taunt him. We punch him across the face again. Now we dodge out of the way as he rams us. Uh-oh, we have to hit Q as fast as I can. Ah, we're grabbing onto his antlers, and we twist, and we broke off one of his antlers. And now we stab him with his own antler. Yeah. He grabs onto us and pushes away into the countertop. The glass breaks. He jumps next to us. He stabs our broken arm. We're in pain. We reel in pain. He bites at us. We dodge. Now we're strangling him as he's trying to bite our face. We're barely keeping him off of us.
Asshole.
Woody comes up from behind him.
Found her.
He swings his axe right into the Jersey Devil's skull. He pushes Woody aside. We grab an arm in pain. We grab onto Ichabod Crane's Headless Horseman statue. And we also smash it onto the Jersey Devil's skull. He's not going to be telling us too much now. He's bleeding. Woody pulls his axe out of his skull. Blood spurts. Woody holds his axe over his neck and gives us a nod. We give Woody a smile.
So, wanna try again?
You can't find a crooked man. No one can. There's no address, no place. He lives in the bends and forks of tree roots, behind the sun, in the shadows.
That's not good enough.
Oh, the door to his house. It bounces around, never in one spot. You'll never find it. Even Crane had to use the magic mirror. That fucking...
Okay, even Crane had to use the magic mirror, so he told us the magic mirror can help us. Do we tell him I can't use the mirror? Do we say, why should I trust you? Or do we ask, how do you contact him? Jennifer says, well, that escalated quickly. Yeah, that's what happens when you punch someone. Basically, it was the option when you punch someone, it's like, let's fight. I think that's universal in all cultures, that when you punch someone, it is the physical language of, let's fight. So, Ruben says, how do you contact him? How do you contact him, Jersey Devil?
Oh, mirror, mirror.
Okay, that's Crane's way. How do you contact him?
Oh, I don't. He uses couriers for everything. Ravens, goblins, the fucking Tweedles. Whatever. I go in when I'm taken there. You don't know anything about anything, do you? What do you have? Nothing. Had useless.
Jennifer says, but it went 0 to 100. Yeah, that could happen. Here's, like, legally speaking, here's what's really interesting that a lot of people don't understand about punching someone in the face. Every year, so many people die from getting punched in the face or in the head. What you have to realize is that if you punch them just right or just wrong, based upon your point of view or whatever point you're trying to make, some neurological things can happen. You can actually do some respiratory damage. You can really kill someone with punching them. So when someone starts a fight with you, a lot of people think, oh, there's escalations, like, oh, a slap fight versus just pushing and shoving and things like that. And that's true somewhat. But once it comes to striking someone in the face, that could be considered, depending on your lawyer, attempted murder. And remember, this all boils down into how good's your lawyer, right? How good is your lawyer? But punches to the face can be considered attempted murder. So you always have to be careful when you initiate any physical confrontation. Ideally, if you're watching this, you're not initiating physical confrontation, right? So, anyway. Apparently, the Jersey Devil knows that the mirror is broken, because our options are, how do you know it's broken? We also say, oh yeah, I got you. Or do we stomp him? Oh my goodness gracious. Or do we stay silent? Darnell says, oh yeah, I got you. Darnell, I hear you. Oh yeah, I got you is the option we're going with.
Bitch Snow White in a broken fucking mirror.
Nothing? I still have you, don't I?
It doesn't matter what you fucking do. You're not gonna get him. You wanna knock on his fucking door and see what happens? Fine. Crane had the mirror. Bloody Mary had Crane. So take your fucking wrecking crew act to the butcher shop.
The cut above. If I can find the mirror piece there, I can find the crooked.
Dang it, it's sending us to the butcher
her
shop.
Spot. That's where all the magic happens. Now leave me, so I can find some aspirin. Oh.
He tried getting up and crawled just a few meager pulls and then collapsed again. Is Mary there? If you're lying, I'll come back. Why are you telling me this? Or silence. I definitely don't think we should do silence. So, is Mary there? If you're lying, I'll come back. Or why are you telling me this? What do we think? Is Mary there? Why are you telling me this? If you're lying, I'll come back. I don't think he needs any more threats. So, and I don't think we should be silent. My vote is, why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me this? What would its possible answers be if Mary's there? Jennifer wants to go the aggressive route. If you're lying, I'll come back. Okay, Jennifer, your choice. You get it. Here we go. I hear and I obey.
He ain't going anywhere.
You better not be fucking with me, or I'll come back here and finish the job.
You got what you want. Now get the fuck out of here.
We stand up and we start walking towards the exit with our new best friend, Woody. We stop.
Those girls are still dead. Oh, and there's nothing you can do to bring them back. And I don't know what they did.
Yeah, Ruben says, we're in aggressive chat. Yeah, this is, I don't know where all this aggression is coming from, especially on International Women's Day, but here we go. By the way, is it International Women's Day or National Women's Day? Are we celebrating women internationally or just nationally? We'll just say Women's Day. I'll stop putting in there. But here are options. Do we shut him up? Do we hear him out? Or do we leave? I'm going to say we hear him out. Sorry. We never want to be information averse. We always want to let them talk as much as they can because we may be able to glean out whatever information. So we're going to hear this guy out. So Ruben says it's international. Nice. All right. Darnell says,
but I do know this. Oh, if they're dead, it's because the crooked man wanted them dead. That's all it takes. So you can raw smash the place up. Shit. You can wail on me all you want. But what good is it gonna do you? 'Cause he ain't in your town. You're in his. And he sure as shit is ready for you.
We are walking out with Woody.
Out of smoke.
Pull out a cigarette. Woody asks for a smoke. Do we give him one? I say yes. Now he's your new best friend. Do we say nope? Or do we say, what do I look like? Or do we remain silent? We're going to give him one. What's the harm? Besides lung cancer. But it seems like these... Oh, no! It went silent. I ran out of time. Damn it.
I should have hit you with this thing.
Dang it. Hate it when that happens.
Shitty brand anyway.
Sorry, Woody. Damn it. We could have dotted the I on this friendship of ours.
Jersey was wrong, you know.
About what?
About those girls. There is something you can do about it. You can get the fucker who did it.
Thanks, Woody.
Ain't that the...
We can say, I'm planning on it, I'll do my job, or that's all I'm doing, or to remain silent. Let's go, I'm planning on it. Planning on it sounds good, right? All of these, I don't think, are going to change the outcome of the game. So,
plan?
Yeah, damn right it is.
All right, go do it then.
we open the cab door and we think. Woody's walking away. Man, I'll never know what happens if we gave him the cigarette. Damn it. It's killing me with curiosity. Do we say, you gonna be okay? I'll see you around. What's next for you? Or get in the cab. You gonna be okay? Is showing sincere care about our new best friend, Woody. Do we say, I'll see you around? Meaning like, hey, check you around later. Do we ask, what's next for you? Or do we just get in the cab and end it coolly, not really acknowledging our feelings like most men have traditionally been trained to do? Darnell says, what's next for you? Here we go. Hopefully I don't run out of time. Come on, come on, come on. What's next for you?
Hey, Woody,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do now?
We all got our roles to play, Wolf. I'll see ya.
Woody walks coolly with the axe on his shoulder away. Angel says, what's next for you? We asked that. Casey said, get in the cab. Well, we did get in the cab, but after we said it. And it saved the game, which means the next scene is going to be way too long and it will put us in the middle of it. So we have to end once we get the game saved so that we don't have to worry about any glitches next time at Fun at 1. So thank you so much for joining today. We're going to call it for today. Tomorrow, when we come back at 1 o'clock, because the name of the show is Fun at 1, we're going to start at the Cut Above Butcher Shop. So hey, I think we can kind of pat ourselves on the back for choosing the pawn shop because we got both locations. We got the pawn shop and we got the butcher shop. I don't know if we chose the butcher shop, it would also show us the pawn shop. And I also don't know that if we had gone to the butcher shop first, we'd get a different storyline. But hey, I'm feeling glad about our choices. It was pretty intense. And there's one thing that we learned on this International Women's Day, and that is those of you in the chat seem to really like a good fight to beat up on the Jersey Devil. We've already killed Tweedle. We already ripped the arm off of Grendel, which I regret that one. I regret ripping the arm off of Grendel. I don't regret killing one of the Tweedles. But hey, what will we do at the butcher shop? What will we do when we see Mary? I also think that the game's probably keeping tab of how many fights we get into and our physical health. Because remember, the doctor warned us that we could die if we keep this up. And already, our broken arm was messed with by the Jersey Devil. So, whew, this is getting tough. All right, everybody. Hey, so glad you joined us. I'm excited about tomorrow, day 14 of The Wolf Among Us, and we're in chapter 4 of 5. So we might finish this in the next 3 days. We're not sure. There may be this awkward cliffhanger where we go into next week, but you know what? You got to walk before you run. Let's take this step by step and tune in tomorrow. Fun at 1. Thank you all so much. I'll see you here, same place, same time. Bye, everybody. Oh, bye.